I'm going to miss this entire storyline. Dominique, the happiest man in the world, joins us today. And Dan Orlovsky, as we have to say goodbye to you for the day, I'm told you've been making mea culpas all morning long.
Greeny, I'm going to do something on national television that's fascinating. Okay, so this is for Dak Prescott. Leave me alone. This is for Cowboys fans. I wore your colors. Leave me alone. In my mentions, this is for guys like Graziano, but most importantly, this is for my arch nemesis, Dominique Foxworth. Egg on my face on television.
Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work without you guys. Wow. Talk about revisionist history. Revisionist history. What is revisionist history? That's like being a Monday morning quarterback. You know, after the team's already lost, you go back through and say, you know what you should have done, and you know, you basically trash everybody else and say they're an idiot. They should have done this, this, and this, because, well, it's real easy to do that after the fact. So I'm sitting here, of course, watching all the talking heads and everything else, and Skip Bayless, Skip Bayless, who now is like, yeah, the Cowboys, it's great, it's wonderful, I love it, yeah. You know, weren't you the same guy that yesterday was saying that the Cowboys are going to franchise tag Dak Prescott and he's going to go bye-bye? Aren't you that guy? Aren't you that? Yes, Skip, you know you are that guy. We know you're that guy. But regardless of that, here's the funny thing now. Everybody who back 2 years ago that said, you know, you can't pay Dak Prescott $30 million. That's too much. It's going to hamper the whole team, right? The same people who then said the next year, you can't pay Dak Prescott $35 million because that's going to hamper the team. You're going to mess up the situation. It's no good. Don't do it. Now that the Cowboys have gone through and done it, here's the funny thing. Let's listen to it, because I want to get a little of this stuff here. And somebody sent me a message that came across while I was recording this saying that Dan Orlovsky cracked an egg on his head. I'll have to see that, but we'll go to that in a bit. I just listened to this for a bit because now Shannon Sharpe is saying, well, you should have signed him before. You should have signed him before. You know, you could have saved some money. You're the guys that said you shouldn't sign him.
The man gets $75 million. He's gonna make I don't care how much he gets. What you asked? Go ahead. No, go ahead, Skip. No,
what?
Go ahead. No,
you're saying you don't care how much he gets?
Me. Don't
to address both your points, though. Look, with the Cowboys, you got to ask yourself what was the most important thing in these negotiations, and I said it. Flexibility, restructuring for the Cowboys. That's what they needed to make sure they weren't. And again, I don't know this. I tried talking to Dak and his side. They played their cards pretty close to the vest. But I've got to get the sense that it's respect, right? His own teammates said, this is a guy we want. Hey, this is a guy we ride for. And if you just looked at how many quarterbacks they went through last year and how well that worked out for them,
not very good.
You didn't get the sense there was a lot of confidence in guys like Ben DiNucci, Andy Dalton,
Garrett Gilbert.
And then when we look at the quarterbacks they've had in the past, and so Dak Prescott, and I said this from the jump, I joined the NFL Network his rookie season when he was a compensatory pick in the 4th round behind Jamil Showers. Kellen Moore got injured. Tony Romo got injured. Tony Romo didn't even get a chance to compete because that's how hard the guys in the locker room rode for him. I think that's important. That's good context. It also, I think, had a lot to do why we saw this locker room fall apart last year. And so
you got
this gives Mike McCarthy also a meaningful opportunity to show you how successful he can be. You can also get Dak Prescott participating in your OTAs and in the quarterback room. I think this was a win-win for everybody, but most notably, Don France and Dak Prescott.
Yeah, it's hard for me to say a guy lost when he gets $75 million in year one. He made $106 million in 16 months, and he gets $95 million of the $126 million fully guaranteed. And when the new TV money kicks in, he'll get an opportunity to get another bigger bite of the apple. It's hard to see a scenario, Jane, in which he lost. And as we mentioned, had he given Dak's contract before he did Zeke's, he could have got Dak for $32 million. See, when you go
here we go.
Sign, you got to make him an offer he can't refuse. Jerry made Dak an offer last year he could refuse because he had no years left on his contract. You're looking at Jerry Goff. You're looking at Carson Wentz. When they got 4 years left, they got 2 franchise tags, the 4th year and the 5th year option. Dak says, I'm free and clear. why would I give you the same deal that they gave their teams with 4 years left and I have none? When you could have got him for 30, 32 million if you had signed him when you signed Zeke. So he ended up paying, what, 20% over what he could have got him for 2 years ago.
Yep.
But let's also, like I said
that
given
one
some
before
of the
too.
polling that I've done of GMs and coaches, the one thing that really stood out to me was them saying, yeah, Dak can roll the dice here, but you have to assume that he's going to have a healthy season, that his win-loss record is going to be here. You've got to now also consider what other quarterbacks hit the market next year. And if he's viewed as a 6 through 10 guy, there may not be guys out there that are willing to pay him what he's looking for on the open market. Now, as one GM said to me, look,
I can guarantee you there's some right now.
Themselves into paying him what he asked for. We saw it with the Vikings and Kirk Cousins. We saw it with the Texans and Brock Osweiler. But I just feel like there was a lot of gambling, not only for Dak, but also the Cowboys. So then are they going to overpay because he hits the market because some other team wants to pay him this? That's why I just felt like these two sides, Dak wanted to be a Dallas Cowboys player. And I think credit to him. Again, we're talking about the fact that he was playing with those numbers that I suggested through 2016 to 2020. He never held out. He always showed up to camp. He carried himself in the best way possible. This is a guy, honestly, he deserved a win. And I think he felt that. The Cowboys saw it. I think that there's a little part of this psychology. I don't know this. Skip, you've covered this team for a long time. Jerry Jones has always bet on himself. I got to think there was a level here of him respecting Dak for betting on himself and rewarding him for that. He typically has overpaid guys in the past, and we've knocked him for it, but maybe this is the one guy you should have overpaid all along.
And I think, Jane, if you look at it, you know how free agency works. You always overpay in free agency. And Dak had to be willing to roll the dice. Yes, he wanted to stay there, but in order to get the money that he wanted, he might have had to leave. But since Dallas gave me the money that I wanted, I ain't mad.
I ain't mad either.
I think he wanted to leave, and then you have to assume he goes to a team and he gets paid. And I've never gotten the feeling that this was about money for Dak Prescott.
It wasn't about show me some love, like show me some respect.
He could have made this thing difficult. I think more importantly, it was just about feeling respected and feeling like you've done things the right way. You've overpaid guys in the past. Why is this?
Right.
Why are we?
You didn't put a bullet.
What seems to make a lot of sense to those of us on the outside.
Jane, in pro sports, what's the ultimate side of respect a team can play to a player?
Pay him.
It's money.
Show me the money.
Exactly. That's the ultimate respect. You can say, we're going to build a statue, we're going to retire your jersey. You can do all that. But while I'm playing, the ultimate side of respect that you can bestow a player is show him the money.
Got last quick question from my man Shannon Sharp.
Here we go.
How much respect do you have for Dak Prescott, who you have repeatedly ripped on this show? Ripped and ridiculed on this show for years.
And you haven't? See, this is why I get sick and tired of Skip Bayless.
Thank you, Jane.
Skip is holding on to that, Jane. Great stuff.
This is why I don't like Skip Bayless. So today, now it's, oh, Shannon, you're the one that's been talking trash about Dak Prescott. Is that real? Is that true? Is that right? Come on, man. That's some bull crap. But it's all good. He's signed, he's under contract, and now the hard work begins. He's already busting his ass to get back in shape, get that leg together, because I'm looking for a great season. Dallas Cowboys, without a doubt, have the best offense in the NFC East, and hopefully we can do something about that defense so we can get them out of the basement as well. So I'm going to get back to work here. I got a lot of work and stuff. I want to shout out to everybody who came in last night, did the super chats and things, and have been donated to the channel. We're getting close to doing the stuff that I really want to do for the channel. So I appreciate y'all. All right, back to work for me.